Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Justin Queer Show. Today is Tuesday, May May the 6th, 2025. What a game, what a great game last night between the Knicks and the Celtics. And yes, it has been a good one. It has been a good one to the end. The Knicks has been leading the Celtics have had the largest lead for the night until the Knicks came back and they had to set them in overtime and then they won the game by 3 points. They they won the game, and they lead the series 1 games to none. While the Nuggets, well, they surprised the Thunder in a thriller, 1 game to nothing. And it was a thriller for the Thunder and the Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets, man, they are tough to beat, and yes, they are. But now, let's take a look at what went down here last night. I know I had there's a phone right here, so I can't call nobody. So anyway, there is for sure, right? Let's see this before. I gotta see what my friend is. I mean, hello. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. Okay. No, she out there watching TV. She with Shauna. Uh huh. Oh, okay. You might come out there Friday. Oh, okay. Okay then. That's good. Okay. Okay, I will. All right. Bye bye. Okay, so here we are here now. The game last night was there. Let's go to the Thunder and the Nuggets right now. Thunder with an amazing thriller right now, as you may just see, and they look pretty good. And the Nuggets right now, they upset the Thunder in an unbelievable fashion here on this thriller. Aaron Gordon hits a game winner to upset the Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder, for the Denver Nuggets. Now, Aaron Gordon invented and drilled a game-winning fast break three-pointer, lifting the Denver Nuggets to an upset win over the Oklahoma City Thunder in the epic Western Conference semifinals opener. Gordon hit the shot with about 2.8 seconds remaining in a 121 to 119 game one victory Monday in Oklahoma City. The veteran forward scored 15 of his 22 points in the second half. Now, Gordon told reporters that he worked on his jumper a lot throughout the years. It's nice to have it all culminating in a game winner, but it really comes down to his teammates. Now, the Nuggets sit on Nikola Jovic recorded 42 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 assists. He scored 18 points over the final 12 minutes. The Nuggets outshot the Thunder 44.2% to 42% and held a 63 to 43 advantage in rebounding. They hit just 2 of their first 16 3-pointers attempts, but made 8 of their final 16 shots from downtown to secure the victory. They just didn't want to miss the moment. And Gordon just said, they didn't want to miss, we didn't, and he said, we didn't want to miss the opportunity. I'm glad that we saw mental and our grip, but we are not satisfied. Game one had just 2 league chances and was tied 3 times. The Nuggets outscored the Thunder 54 to 48 in the paint, but trailed 25 to 5 points in points off turnovers. The Thunder led by as many as 14 points and held a 113 to 102 edge with 4.31 remaining, but could not slow John Roberts and half the Nuggets rally. Boy, the Thunder needs some help. Now the Nuggets opened the game with a 7-2 run and held on to the advantage through most of that first quarter. The Thunder in the frame with a 11-2 run to on a 27-26 lead through the first 12 minutes. Nuggets guard Jamal Murray scored 12 points in the first quarter. Thunder guard Shai Gilgeous Alexander pawning 14. The Thunder hit 7 3-pointers in the second quarter and outscored the visitors 33 to 24 to carry a 60 to 50 advantage into the break. Now it says this. Now it looks like the Thunder I'm gonna stop right there. Now Oklahoma City Thunder had this one in the bag, but they just collapsed in game one late in the fourth quarter and they just couldn't hold on for the win. Gordon right now, had the best night. It just said like this, and I can't even tell what's happening here. What is happening for the Thunder? Well, they just can't get this thing going. They can't get any shots, and that's what happens. It happens. It happens. It happens. It just can't get it. Get everything off control. It's just not looking right for the Thunder in game one. It says it looked like, and like it says this. Now it says this. It looked like the Oklahoma City Thunder was set to come out of game one of the Western Conference semifinals with a win against the Denver Nuggets. The team had a comfortable 3-point lead in the final seconds, but they decided to foul up 3 points. Unfortunately for the Thunder, they decided to foul with way too much time on the clock. It was a decision that absolutely snaked it down and cost them the game as Aaron Gordon hit a game winner. Now, after the game, Thunder head coach Mark didn't justify fouling out 3 points, despite it being the decision and many disagree with. Dennis still stood by it and says, I thought we executed the fouls pretty well. It didn't go all the way tonight, but it worked out well for us in the past. That's what I said. And it says I think that's why we lost the game. Hey boy, what's up? How's it going? So now it says this and it just said this. Now the Nuggets, the Thunder don't get a chance and they're trying to series up at one game apiece. Now we're going to the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics, right? The New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. Last night was a good game, and it says this. Now the Celtics are looking pretty good. The defending champs are looking pretty good. Hey Jose, how's it going? They're looking pretty good. Now, this is a good game, why? This is a game like the rivalry between. Remember when the Red Sox and the Yankees came in the MLB baseball and the ALCS? That's what we want the Lakers to win to go to the World Series. So now, what now I have seen. Well, anyway, every minute of it was a good one, and every minute of it is a great one. It's good to be if you are a Knicks fans or the Celtic fans. It's the way you had seen most of the time. Well, last night's game, right now, the Knicks did survive last night, and they won. They take a 1-0 series lead. So there you have it. Now, this is a good one, folks, and this is a good one here. This Nick Nation and the Celtic Nation is incredible. Last night, the Knicks had this one, and they won this game for sure. Now, now everybody up there seen the message that they think that the Knicks could beat the Celtics. Maybe gonna be a gonna be a tough one. That says this. Now, the Knicks they won the game. They won. They beat the Celtics 108 to 103. And then Reggie Miller had a rough fourth quarter and overtime in Knicks upset over the Celtics. And it says this. Number one, it's not good against now. I mean, just like you said this. Now, it is what it is. Now, let's go over this one. Now, on this play, Miller said anyone is contacting on Boston. Hey, Miller can run his mouth all he wants. Anyway, play. Now, there was a Celtic player confronting Jalen. Now, there was one Celtic player covering yelling Brunson. Miller was also in stunned disbelief that Brunson missed a floater late in the fourth quarter that would give New York a win. Miller said Brunson couldn't have asked for a better shot. There were two Celtics defenders in front of him, and it was a running one harder at full feet from the basket. Miller kept analyzing the play as if Brunson was all alone for a layup. It was far from a gimme. Miller's worst moment came with just a few seconds remaining in overtime when he said the Knicks up three, had five yelling Brown in emotion of shooting to give him three free throws. It wasn't even close to a shooting foul, and the New York defender Campbell clearly pushed Brown before he went into his shooting motion. Getting a call this one with just seconds left in the game is just bad. Miller, who has been howling to the NBC's league analyst next season, often seems to say something wrong and then clean up after the fact, which makes for a terrible view experience. Well, hopefully he can clean things up for game two on Wednesday. Now says this now. Now Reggie Miller knows that it is absolutely a good one. I can answer it. I mean, that is all for sure. That is all for sure if you had this one going on. See, all right, bye, should say Jose. So now, once you say this and this and this and that, I can never even tell this is how this game is going to be all about. But yeah, it is what it is now. You can't tell how this Celtic game goes all over and over for real. You just can't even tell. Now, the Boston Celtics right now, I know they had a lot of work to do, and that's it is what it is. What it is. But I hope things are going on. This are going on now. Senhasa injured, and it is what it is. Now, look, before I let you go, now it says this. Now how Boston blew 20-point lead, failed to execute simple details, and starting the game with one loss. Now it says this. I hope Stephen A. Smith is happy. Ahead of the Boston Celtics' second round series against the New York Knicks, all Joe Mazzulla wanted to talk about was immense. The Celtics were heavily in favor and had beaten the Knicks 4 times in the regular season, but their coach stressed then none of this event their advantage matter if they don't take care of the details. They have two guys who can score at all three levels. Manzella told reporters on Friday that got war guys that can really impact the game. Their defenders pressure is great, and they have this ability to impact the Minglers in a big way. So we have to be able to combat that with all physicality, all attention to detail, all execution. The next now The next day, Mazzella told reporters that he saw that the challenges in front of the team as a test of discipline. He mentioned the same boring stuff, rebounding, taking care of the ball, defending without fouling. Well, if game one was indeed a test of discipline, the Boston failed its speculation. The Celtics looked comfortable for the first 2.5 quarters, but after rebounding a 2 point lead, they give it away. In between now and game two on Wednesday, there will be a lots of focus on Boston's shot. Wow, selection, given that it shot 15 for 60 from 3 point range and set a new playoff record for missed threes in a single game. The Celtics could have survived their historic and terrible shooting performances, though, if they simply gotten out on their own way. And after the 108-105 overtime loss at TD Garden, Mozilla Lemon, they left some of their good shooters open and allowed the Knicks to find easy baskets in translation. And after the offensive rebound, he told reporters that they had to be better as a detailed stuff. So now it was with two wide open threes from the New York's OG and the baller on back-to-back possessions. On the first one, Eden Jalen Brown needed to get around Michael Bridges. Screen Crickle or Jason Tatum needed to switch onto Adornin, but both were being watching. The second one was more understandable, given that it was a working play, but in Dylan Tatum will behind recognizing that he was best possession to match up with a trailing underdog. So that's going to be it for now, folks. Game two will be Wednesday night. Till then, I'm George Akura. Hope you had a great time, and I will see you next time. Till then, take care of yourself, and God bless. I'll see you tomorrow.